Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 2024 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, which is still punishing me for having to take time off to take care of my sick family members. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Okay. Interesting. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Ooh. Oh, this is funny because this is the card. It turned over while I was shuffling, and then it just popped right out of the deck. So obviously, it very much wants to be heard. Okay. So we have the Four of Pentacles. We're not the Four of Pentacles. I do apologize. We are crowned with the Page of Pentacles. This is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We are going to be a student during this moon and during this time of prosperity and wealth and bounty and how it is that we need to step forward in our own wealth. In wealth, or what we value as much as money, is really coming forward during this time. We are looking at the Four of Wands. This is what we're devoted to. Now, this is the minor arcana marriage card. So there can be a sense here of I'm married to like my work or my like I'm married to something. So just be aware of that. I see that said like, oh, I'm married to this, type of thing going on, but it's what we're devoted to. And we're really looking at during this time what we are devoted to, what we yeah, our plans for something. It's like we have really high hopes for things right now, and there's a sense of like building dreams. That's really pretty. With the Five of Cups reversed, this is change your mind and change your life. You're stuck too much in your own head, so do be mindful about this during this time. And we're stuck too much in our own head in ways that things have failed, ways that things have fallen apart. And spirits like here with the Five of Swords, it's like you're not the same person that you were once upon a time. Yes, things fall apart, but they fall apart for everyone. And I know that sounds like a callous thing to say because pain and hurt and disappointment and everything that we go through in life, it's so intense. It's so intense. Now, I'm not saying if you've had a horrific experience, then we need to go and, seek help from a counselor or from a spiritual advisor, somebody who knows how to handle that. But there's an energy here of like I have to stop looking at what I consider my fails, and we're looking back at them because we're like, oh, those are your fails. Remember that you failed this or you failed that, and you don't want to do that again. But constantly throwing it in your face is not going to help you not do it again. It's just going to lower your energy vibration. So do be mindful about that during this time because you're going to be facing something now that you faced before, a battle that you faced before, but you're not the same person. So you're going to think like, oh, it's going to turn out the same way. It's not. You're a very different person going into this. And there's a level of confidence and determination and focus to you. Now, with the Nine of Pentacles reverse, we're having a hard time staying in the present. And we see that with the Five of Cups, with the Five of Cups. And it's reiterated with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles reverse is like, I can be in the past, I can be in the future, but right here, right now, that's hard. So just be mindful about that we do need to be in the right here and the right now for us, because that's just the only place that really is. The past is a country we could never visit again. The future is a country that doesn't exist. That's the old saying, right? The present is the only place that is truly here right now. And with the Four of Swords, be mindful. Be very aware. You need to sleep, you need to take care of yourself, and you need to honor your story. That is the most important thing. You're going to find that even when you sleep, you have your armor on. Okay. You are always ready for the next shoe to drop, for things to become super intense. You are guarded by spirit. A part of you is slumbering within you, and that needs to be awakened. And that is going to be awakened by honoring our story and slowing it down. You're speeding it up. It's like the faster I go, the more I can do, the more I can get things done right. But spirit is saying here, slow it down and really be intentional with the way that you move forward, with what you give your time to, with how you show up for yourself. That is going to be sacred. Now, the repeat of the number 4 during this time, both in the upright position, is very much a sense of building stability, taking care of the the temple that houses our soul, right? Our bodies, and building a strong foundation. The repeat of the number 5. 4 is also a very serious number, so we're going to be very serious during this time. 5 is a freedom number. We are embracing our freedom, but we're also kind of questioning if we have freedom, or even questioning how scary that freedom is. So just be aware of that during this time. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, we are doing something different with this reading. Instead of going into the astrology of it all, the astrology is now done in a separate reading, which I will have linked in the description box below, or I'll try to put it in in one of those little box things that shows up for everybody. So you can check out the astrology there. I highly recommend that you do. It's a really intense astrological time. This is the new moon in Aquarius, so that is intense. So we're going to be doing that separately. Now, if you're interested in purchasing, no, not purchasing, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a heart in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of March. So good luck to everyone. And yeah, don't be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box pretending to be me. It will not be me. And if you are interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. I am having, for a limited time only, mini readings being offered. So if you are interested in a mini reading, then you can be able to purchase one on my website. And that is daneharttarot.com, linked in the description box below. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show them clearly. Ooh, this is hope. Now, I don't know. Hope is like this right now. It's like neutral, chaos neutral, right? Chaotic neutral. What I'm seeing here is that we go from being hopeful to being hopeless, to being hopeful to being hopeless. And we're a little bit on an emotional roller coaster ride. And that's okay. It's okay to be there in our lives and to be facing that in our souls. But this is a time for healing. And this is a time to remember our dreams and to remember what's sacred to us and what we deeply desire, want, need, and are looking forward to in our lives. We need hope. Remember, hope was the only thing left in Pandora's box when she unleashed chaos onto the world. So hope is the one thing that has constantly been seen as important for our soul survival and for us putting one foot in front of the other. It moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, I love how your cards are just jumping right out. That's so cool. So this is soul's healing. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. We are healing. We are connecting. And we are going to have healing energy pouring down on us. The question is, will we give our bodies time enough to regenerate and receive it? Or are we going to still keep on going at a lightning speed that's just going to exhaust us? So do be mindful about this during this time. Spirit's like, slow it down and connect. Slow it down and connect. Now I'm just going to move my mic, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. Okay. Now let's see what we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the 4 of, that's why Spirit keeps on saying slowing down and connect. So the 4 of Swords reverse is not slowing down and not connecting. It's just like go, 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 go. It's even when we're resting, we're not resting. So just be mindful about this. And also be mindful, like if you have one of those watches or rings that, track your sleep, look at your sleep pattern. Look at what's going on. Do you find that your body is like downloading a lot of stuff, and you can see when you fall asleep then a spike for like an hour of stress? Do you need to adjust for that? Do you need to say, okay, maybe I need to get an extra hour of sleep, which might be impossible, but it might be possible, and we might not have thought of that. So, looking at things like this can be very good for ourselves. Or like, okay, how do I need to calm it down, slow it down, so that maybe I don't get that spike of stress? And we can Google or we can do meditation, but here we need to slow down and connect with ourselves. We need to embrace our sleep. We need to embrace our story and ourselves. And that's just going to be really important. It just is really important. Let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, no, let's not see what the moon has to say for herself. I'm just got way ahead of myself. The Page of Pentacles. prosperity, success, bounty, and abundance. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you have earth sign energy in your chart, that's going to be a teacher energy for you during this time. There's a need to also connect with your root chakra. What is at the root of you? What is sacredly important? It's asking yourself that question. It's like, what is sacredly important to me? And being in meditation with it, you can find that a lot comes forward, like a lot moves you forward, where it's like, oh, that's what it means. Like, that's what I needed. That's what I desire. So, looking at that energy is going to be a very big deal for us and a very good thing. We're also looking at what seeds do you want to plant? Like, how do you want to move things forward? Where is it that you want to be in your life? How are you progressing towards your dreams? It moves us to the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is the minor arcana marriage card. Now, it can be that we have marriage on the brain, or we're getting married, or we're married, and that is really, occupying a lot of our time. And if so, if we have a big we have a big celebration coming forward, and that is occupying a lot of our brain space and a lot of our time and a lot of our energy. And if that is the case, congratulations. If you're looking now and you're saying it is time to get married, do note that that is the energy within you. You've written it into your chart somewhere where it's like, okay, around this time in my life, I'm going to find my person. It does not mean that it's going to happen right now. A lot of times we have that happening and we think, oh my gosh, now I need to get married instantaneously, or I need to have a kid instantaneously, or it needs to be instantaneously. Like, I need to change my job instantaneously. Slow it down and calm it down. Because if you do everything instantaneously, it will not be the best choice, right? We will not make the best choice for ourselves. We need to slow it down, calm it down, and celebrate ourselves. Celebrate ourselves joyously, beautifully, like it's our birthday, and just absolutely embrace our joy and our prosperity. It moves us then to the Five of Cups reversed. We are going to have a tendency, even though we're having that huge energy of celebration come forward, where it's like, oh my gosh, look at every way that I failed. Look at every way that everything has gone wrong. And we can stay in that energy. The Five of Cups is change your mind, change your life. The Five of Cups reverse is I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm fine here. Thanks. And Spirit's like, no, turn around and see your healing, beautiful love that is behind you. See your connection. See what needs to be released and start to free yourself. Because this is a time to embrace your freedom, to embrace your joy, to say, yeah, I've made mistakes in the past. Everybody has. It's the part of being human. Move forward with love, respect, and grace, and you're better than most people will ever be. Release the guilt. It might feel very natural to be guilty, or very natural to be really harsh on yourself, and that's fine. It can be a natural thing, but it's time to release it. It can be a part of our personality. Heck, I am an A++++ warrior who is not a good sleeper. That's why Spirit keeps on bringing home the messages of sleeping, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hear it. Okay, fine, thanks. I would rather worry at night. Thank you. But here, it's so important. It's so important. And I'm seeing that more and more and more with Spirit. So we can always worry. We can always fear. But it's going to lower our energy vibration. It's also just going to weaken us so that we can't do what we want to do. It brings us then to the Five of Swords. You're not the same person you were when you made those mistakes. You're just not. You're not the same person. And here with the Five of Swords, it's like, hold your head up high. Know that you're going into the deep, right? You're going to be facing certain challenges, disappointments, angers, upsets. You faced them before. This is from new moon to new moon, right? You faced them before. And now you're moving forward in a way that is powerful, tenacious, determined, focused. Hold your head up high and embrace your grace, like embrace your bounty. And it brings us to the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And the Nine of Pentacles reversed is, it's having a hard time standing in the present. Why? I don't think we believe that we are stronger than we once were. The energy almost coming forward is like, but I was better once upon a time. And that might be the case. Like, you might sit there and say, I was younger, I was thisser, I was that. It's usually younger or richer or, whatever, or once upon a time. And I'm not that now. So how can I ever leave that behind? Like, step out of that energy or step into myself or say that I'm better now. You are enough. You are. And with the Five of Swords coming forward, hold your head up high. You're not the same person that you were because you've learned so much and you've come so far. And it's time to get out of the past. Stop worrying about the future. It's going to happen. And it always happens in ways that we never see coming. Even if we have the best psychics and astrologers working for us and reading with us and moving with us in life, it's like, oh, that's what that meant. Oh, that's how that was coming forward. Oh, okay. So being very aware of this during this time is super important, where there's always going to be twists and turns. So the future, we have to say, I know you're coming. I know you're coming for me, future. But I'm being right here, right now. And I'm living the best moment I can. And then it is starting to embrace our prosperity. We're starting to embrace our success, standing in the moment, and really showing up for ourselves in just the most magnificent way. The Four of Swords. Worry, doubt, fear. A lot of information comes to us in our dreams. And that can be one of the reasons, again, why we're not good sleepers. Like we learned from a very young age, like I don't want to. Too much info comes. So just be aware of that. Or we could have had something traumatic happen when we were little. Maybe we didn't like school at all. And so staying up at night, it prolonged having to go to school. Or, some bad news came at night and now we don't like sleeping. There's a myriad of reasons. Here, it's time to let yourself relax. I would highly recommend doing nighttime yoga. I forget what that's called. Oh, it's like if you search bedtime yoga, it's wonderful. Or just even slow stretches before you go to bed. That is very calming, very soothing. Get off your phone. If you like to listen to a book before you go to sleep or read a book before you go to sleep, that's great. But if we can get off our phones, slow things down, calm things down, lower the lights, and know that spirit is right here with you. There's a part of you right here where you see this tree. It's like a naiad, just asleep and slumbering. That's part of our consciousness that is sleeping. And it's the part connected with our earthly plane, but with Mother Earth and our earthly self. So there's going to be an important coming together during this time, an important awakening, as long as we begin to release the barriers that we've set up around ourselves. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Okay. So it's very interesting here that, like, moving to the full moon energy, which I believe is on the 24th, 25th of this month, is very, very strong for us. So new moon to full moon is going to be very, very powerful time for us here at Pisces. We have surrender. So with the Page of Pentacles, as we're embracing our prosperity, but as also we're being a student of our prosperity and our success, it says here, surrender. A personal issue reaches resolution. If we surrender, if we step back from thinking it has to be this way or it has to be that way, we are going to see a personal issue reaching a resolution that is going to surprise us. It is going to be like, oh, is that what that meant? Okay. And then it brings us to, what do you need to release in order to celebrate, in order to fully embrace your pleasure, your joy. Now, remember, pleasure is not, hedonistic, gluttonous behavior. It's a sense of living in joy, living in a statement of joy, letting your beauty shine. So here, what do you need to release in order to let your pleasure come forward? What do you need to release in order to let yourself shine in happiness, like glow with happiness? You see people, and it's usually when they're first falling in love with somebody, or, it's usually then where, like, they glow with happiness. And here, it's like, what if you could glow with happiness all the time? Just like all the time. And let that beauty, let that pleasure just shine through you. It brings us then to show the world the real you. Now that's reversed. And here we have release. We need to release the weights that we're holding around our neck. It's almost like we're holding, it's the chains of Marley. Okay. So in A Christmas Carol by Dickens, Marley is the ghost that visits Scrooge before, I was going to say Scrooge McDuck, but that visits Scrooge before all the ghosts of Christmas visit him. And he says that he wears these chains and he built them one by one in like the selfish life that he led. And I'm not saying that you're living a selfish life. What I'm saying here and what Spirit is showing me is that you're wearing these chains of the past and they're bringing you down. They're like physically bringing your spirit down. You need to release them. You do. You need to release them. Now, I have asked the other signs and I will ask you as well. Do you want me to do a meditation? Because I can do a meditation. Leave it in the comment box below if you do, where I release all fear, body, mind, and spirit. But we're going to do this in a bit of a chant. So if you want to, we can do this right now. Take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. And repeat after me. I release all fear, body, mind, and spirit. 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 And just let that vibrational energy run through you. See what comes up. Because here, we need to show the world the real us. Show the world the real you, but we're afraid to. We're afraid to step into ourselves. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. I do apologize. Here, it says, balance spirituality and practicality. And it's reversed. And it's the full moon in Pisces, which is reversed. And so the unexpected will come once we take the time and we slow down enough to balance our spirituality with our practicality. And see, that's part of the battle worth fighting. That's part of the energy worth standing into or stepping into. And it brings us then to look at the big picture. And the big picture is reversed. So we tend to be very myopic. We'll look at this. We'll like super focus in and we'll look at that. It was super laser focus in. But if we look at the big picture, we'll see that that's our power. And it's not being in the past and it's not worrying about the future, but it's being in the present right now. Now, it's not saying that I won't plan for the future or the future doesn't matter. It absolutely does. But it is not being crippled with fear by the future. So here, just be mindful about this. Embracing your power, embracing yourself, saying, this is who I am, this is what I want. And then stepping out of the myopic that we're in right now. We can all get super laser focused. It's part of humanity, right? And saying, I'm looking at the bigger picture of where I want to be, of where I want my soul to be, of where I want myself to be. And then it moves us to emotions are running high. And they are. Our emotions are running high. And that's what's keeping us from our peace. There's like too much running within us. We need to slow it down. Slow it down and center ourselves. And that means doing less. I know that sounds silly, but it means cutting back, stepping into your energy, stepping into yourself, and saying, I show up for me. And that's going to be how we find peace and how we move forward in peace. Our world is so fast. And very few people can handle, I don't think anybody actually can handle how fast our world is. We need to slow it down. And we need to say, okay, what is important and where do I need to be? Slow it down and step into you. That's so important. It brings the peace. It brings the power. And you're going to find that it will help you rest. But the emotions are running high, right? We need to find the peace. We do. Pisces, we are very sensitive beings. And there's nothing wrong with that. As a highly sensitive being myself, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being sensitive. What is a problem of that sensitivity is when we cannot be part of the world without feeling bombarded by it. And I get it that could just be par for the course, but we need to learn how to balance it, because if we don't know how to balance it, we don't know how to balance ourselves. We don't know how to balance our gifts. We cannot move forward. We're just going to be shut away, hidden away, and not letting our gifts, our power shine. And I'm saying this for everyone. Spirit is saying this for everyone. But there's a sense of especially for those of you who are gifted spiritually, psychically, emotionally, creatively, this gift coming forward. There's a fear of it. And there's a fear of truly stepping into yourself. And Spirit's like, no. It's because you're feeling the world too much. You haven't balanced yourself. And you need to see you first and balance you and harmonize you. And you will be surprised at how far you move forward. Our subconscious spirit message is wish. What do you wish for? It's time to let our wishes show and let our wishes shine. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is inspiration. This is the sacral chakra, and this is letting ourselves be inspired, but also knowing our sacral chakra is where our creative energy and sensual energy is held, and letting that creativity and sensuality of being move forward in our world with grace, with determination, and with power. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Eight of Swords, being way too much in our own heads. And we'll see that come out a lot, especially from the new moon to the full moon. And we are going to see that we get stuck in our heads, and Spirit's like, stop it, stop it, stop it. And the moon, as it grows, the new moon is a time to set our intentions. As it grows, it is a time to move forward in our power, to move forward in our determination, to see where the spotlight shines on us. Like, what have we learned? And then to set an intention again and go through that cycle again. So here, how are you in your own head too much? Like, what is holding you back? What is keeping you held back? It's time to stop. Here, she thinks she can't move because she's surrounded by swords and there's no way out. But the only reason why she thinks that is because her eyes are tied. Or, well, her eyes are tied shut, right? Because the swords are wide enough apart that she could walk out easily. It's time to allow ourselves to truly see, to breathe, and to assess. And it brings us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the 10 of Wands reverse. We're releasing burdens. We're releasing, just being completely overwhelmed. And as we release these burdens, we are starting to find ourselves. So it's just like, I'm done. I'm done carrying this load. I'm done picking up for everybody else. And I'm starting to see for me. So just be mindful. Also, subconsciously, we'll have a tendency just to pick up other people's burdens. We'll be like, oh, I can do this. I can do that. Don't worry. And we'll be being helpful and kind. And that's great. But we're also going to be just weighing ourselves down. So do be mindful about this. Our subconscious Luna message is trust. And don't let the past hold you back. Trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your connection with divinity, God, source, spirit, however you say it, however you see it. And don't let the past hold you back. Because it's done. And now it's time to move forward. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed moon. Bye.